Hey, this one's a little bit more upbeat, and it's just talking about compassion. Compassion. Compassion is so important. Let's put this way. This, how can I say? I have this beautiful bracelet, crystals that broke. I don't know if you can see it. I believe it's real crystal. I think my mother got it for me. I got all the beads. They're in this thing, and I'm going to try to restrand it after or something. I really am, because it's a beautiful bracelet. Compassion. All right. Why do I want to talk about compassion? And I think some of you know this, but there's a lot of new subscribers, so I don't know who knows what. So sometimes you got to repeat yourself, and it's all right, because everybody doesn't always watch every video, and everybody doesn't know about me, right? Some people are really new, and I want everybody to know as much as they can about me and about how I think and how I feel. And I say compassion. I was real surprised. I lived a very, very sheltered life. That's when I just said this in this previous video about people bullshitting people. I just have a fault. I take everybody for their word, and I believe in them, and I don't know how to always read the bad from the good, which my husband does. He can pick up usually a bullshitter like that, and I can't. And what I mean by that is I was very, very sheltered, and when my parents passed away, my mom passed away in 2009, and my mom was almost, might as well say she was almost 2010. She was December 18th. You couldn't get much closer, to a new year. And my dad was pretty close. He was September 25th. So, yeah, he's coming up another year, both of them. Ugh. My mom's birthday was the other day, August 26th. She would be 82 in heaven. And my husband, he's so sweet. He said, "Happy birthday, purse." That was my mom's nickname he gave her, because she always had a big purse. It was bigger than she was, and she was just wonderful. Most wonderful woman you could ever imagine in this world. She made me look like complete garbage. I loved my mother to death. Best friend, best everything you can imagine. I mean, there was some times that I wasn't so good to her, and I was going through some shit, and I apologize, Mommy. I love you with all my heart and soul. I would do anything for you. I'd walk through fire for my mother and father. That's how wonderful people they were. But they were such good, wonderful people that they taught me compassion. And when they passed away, I was taken aback. Like some of my own family, like my dad's brother, he was my godfather. My Uncle Mike, he had all kinds of money. He would do stupid shit, like he wanted me to come over and trim his trees. He wouldn't pay his granddaughter and his grandson. "Oh, I'm going to give you $2.39, I figured out. What are you, nuts? And I could just see my dad flipping out in his grave that his own brother treated me like that, because I needed money, but I'm helping you out. You're going to give everything to your daughter, and that was fine. Give stuff to your daughter and your grandkids, but don't try to gyp me. I'm your family. You're my godfather." He really pissed me off. He screwed me over. He charged me $2,000 for a Buick LeSabre that was a piece of rusted out shit. The one that my ex-boss is selling at our house is 10 times better than what he sold me. And I was in a predicament. I had to buy it because I owned a Cadillac at the time, and that's when gas went up to almost $5 a gallon. I couldn't afford it. And then he actually, like 5 years down the road, a couple things went on the car. 5 years, 4 years, that had nothing to do with me. And he was letting it sit in the garage, and it was starting to rust out like the other car. That car that I had was a white Cadillac. It was immaculate. And I sold it to him exactly what I bought it for. I only had it for like a month or two. I sold it, actually I lost money on it. I didn't sell it what I sold it a little bit less, and he ripped me off. He's supposed to be my uncle. Yeah. So, but I forgive him. He's in heaven learning now. He became real bitter in his older age, and I don't know what happened to him. And I would go visit him, and he was bitter and old. I don't understand. I don't understand why he was like that. That was very hurtful. But compassion. We got to have compassion for people, and I forgive him for being like that. I hope now that when he passed away, he's on the other side. I just wanted a male figure in my life because I missed my father, and that was my father's brother so bad. And my other uncle, my Uncle Junior, was so busy with his one daughter being sick, the older daughter, and his grandkid. He had too much going on. But my uncle had time. His daughter was self-sufficient. She had her own life. His grandkids had 2 good jobs, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, I don't understand why he acted like that. That wasn't nice. But I forgive him for that. I was very surprised, like I said, when my parents passed on, that people were so cold, especially women. No compassion. A lot of people out there think that just because they got hurt, other people should hurt too, or have a hard time. Like, if you have an easier time at doing something that they did, they get pissed about it and they're up in arms. And my philosophy is, if you can have an easier time getting to YouTube, anything in this world, good for you. I'm glad. I'm proud of you. That's awesome that you had an easier time than me. But there's so many people out there have bitterness in their heart. And I had to suffer, so why shouldn't you suffer? Don't be like that. Let them have an easier time. You don't know. Sometimes they may be up on you and get something easier than you, but you don't know what other hardships they could have gone through. And God sees that, like some really bad shit, okay? And God says, well, I'm going to make this easier on them. And you're like, geez, I had the most horrible time doing that, and they just went through it hunky-dory, no problems, no hardships. The hell with them. Don't, like I said, don't be like that. Please, especially women, have compassion in your heart. Teach people. Don't let people hurt people. Be good to people. It'll come back to you tenfold. You ever hear that saying that God says tenfold? It'll come. He'll make sure when you pass on or down the road, good things will come back to you tenfold. And wouldn't that be worth it? And you shouldn't just want to do stuff like, I don't do things and I don't give stuff to people for God to pat me on the back. I do it because I have love and compassion for them. But also doing things for people is like doing for God. And a lot of you guys don't know that. Read certain parts of the Bible. I stink at the Bible, and that's another thing I'd like to study this year and get better at. But I know there's some part in there when God says, if you do for me, if you do for them like regular people, it is like you're doing for me. So I want to do for people because they hurt and they need love. They need food. They need just compassion. Goes so far in this world. So if we could learn that as a people, to be better to each other and not be so hateful. And so, the lady I work with was she was just telling me today. She's a real nice lady, and I can see she holds herself guarded because I can just tell she's been hurt in her life. And she said she was talking to her dad on the phone, and she goes, "I never seen such hurtful, spiteful, vengeful people, and everything's me, me, me." And I know somewhere else in the Bible, when it starts getting to be the end of the Bible, that everything's going to be vanity. Me, me. Oh, I'm so beautiful. I'm so wonderful. Me, 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 me. And not anybody else. And we're supposed to love and care and take care of people. You know, if we just think about it. Just think about it. And I'm going to go back to the stuff I said in the beginning. If we all just gave a little bit to each other, you know, I don't have a lot. Like I said, I gave 2 bags of stuff before I came to work to my neighbor. That blew me off with the car. Everything, I forgave him about that. 2 bags of stuff. Juice, other juice, canned fruits, whatever. I gave him a bunch of canned stuff and black beans and fruits and all kinds of stuff. They had 2 big bags full of stuff and all kinds of juices and stuff, because I know they're struggling too. And I know God's got us, and He's going to get us a refrigerator, because both of them need to be gone, but I'll be happy with one. So, and my husband has to borrow money because his stuff isn't selling. So when it sells, I'll have to pay this guy back. So, whatever. So, yeah, nothing's selling yet. But we need stuff. We need a refrigerator. We got to pay taxes and all that. So, just remember, just because you got shit on in your life, you don't know what that road that other person walked. If you look at them and you think, why are they getting an easier time than what you had? You don't know what they walked through to get there. Why God's granted them some compassion, something to do easier than it seemed harder for you and way easier for them. You don't know what God thinks in His head, why He's given them compassion. Give to other people, and your life and your heart will open up and change. You will be so free and so light. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just can't explain. When I give stuff, it's like a high. I don't know. I've never been high. I don't know. But I guess that's what it is. It's like a high, man. It's no feeling like it. You want to put your hands out and just go like this. You know, like, you know, your hands out like that, and just like meditate and say, thank you, God, for giving me the strength to give stuff away to other people and change their lives. Amen. In Jesus' name. That's what we need to be doing, because when you do that, Jesus comes in your soul and makes your life better. Every little bit of time He does. I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't be up here sounding like a preacher if I didn't feel that in my soul. And I feel it. And I want you guys to feel it. Because when you give to others, you just feel so free. So wonderful. Be compassionate. I love you all. Keep that compassion in your heart. It'll make your life completely different. It'll make it light. It'll make it wonderful. I promise you. If you want to come on here and tell me something you did that was compassionate, or something that made you feel really good, please do. I love you all. Like and subscribe and tell me your stories. Lisa's sharing beautiful life stories with you. We're all in this shit together, you sons of bitches. Tell me something you did today good that was compassionate, or another time. Let me know. Share it with me. Have a great day. Bye.